Hello everyone, this is Payal Vaja. Welcome to Pharma Desert. In this video, we will discuss about the Right to Information Act 2005 Part 3. So let's get started. First one, Right to Information Act 2005 appeals. So what if you don't get information requested? So in that case, if you don't get information requested, so if you don't get proper response or requested information from any public authority or from its public information officer, that is PIO, within 30 calendar days, you can file a complaint with Information Commission or file an appeal with First Appellate Authority. So in appeals, if you didn't get any type of information requested, so in that case, if you don't get proper response or requested information from any public authority, from its public information officer within 30 days time period, so you may file a complaint with the Information Commission or file an appeal with First Appellate Authority. So similarly, you can file a complaint or appeals as above. So for late response or for demand of cost of information which is unreasonable. So similarly, you can file a complaint. Otherwise, you may have to appeal as above for any late response or for demand of cost of information that is unreasonable. Next one, where and how to file a first appeal. So where it is first appeal, where it is apply and how it is apply. So in that case, you will have to move an appeal application along with the prescribed appeal fees. Example in Maharashtra, it is a court fee stamp that is around INR 20, and in central government offices there is a no fees, and first appellate authority is the officer senior to public information officer. So what about first appeal of authorities? So where and how to file a first appeal? So in that case, you will have to move a appeal application along with the prescribed appeal fees. So you will have to move on with a appeal application and with a prescribed fees. In case of Maharashtra state, it is a court fee stamp of rupees 20, INR 20. So, and in a central government offices, there is a no fees that is for a first appeal. And first appellate authority, that is a one type of officer in charge, and officer senior to public information officer. So, what is the role of appellate authority? That is the officer senior of public information officer. On the receipt of your appeal, this appellate authority, they will call an explanation from public information authority and might invite you to hear you and will pass a reasonable order within 30 to 45 days time period. So on the receipt of your appeal, this appellate authority, they will call an explanation from public information officer, as well as after that they might invite you to hear you, and they pass an reasonable order within a time period that is around 30 to 45 days time period. Next one, in second appeal. So where and how to file a second appeal. So where second appeal it is filed and how that is filed. So if you are not satisfied with response of public information officer and order that is passed on your appeal by first appellate authority of particular public authority. So you can file a second appeal with a state information commissioner or central information commissioner as the case that may be. So how second appeal it should be applied. So if you are not satisfied with the response of public information officer and order that is passed on your appeal by first appealated authority of any public authority. So in that case, you can file a second appeal with a state information commissioner, or you may have to file a second appeal with the help of central information commissioner as the case that may be required. So there is a no prescribed time limit for getting a response or order at this level. So too many cases are piled up with these offices. So in second appellate mechanism, no time limit for getting any response or order at this level. So many cases that are piled up with this office. Next one, in important sections. First one, Right to Information Act 2005. Important section, first one, that has more than 30 sections and its subsections. And in order to get a response every time, one must study all sections and amends in the act from time to time. So in Right to Information Act 2005, important section that is more than 30 sections that is available and have a various subsections. So in order to get a response every time, and one must study all the sections and amendments in the act from time to time. So section number 3 that is required for all the citizens have the right, while section number 4 that is stand for a proactive disclosure by authorities. Section number 6 which is stand for request for obtaining information, while section number 7 which is stand for how your request that will be treated. Section number 8 that is stand for exceptions. Section number 19.1 that is stand for first appeal. 19.3 which is stand for second appeal, and section number 20 that is stand for penalties and disciplinary actions. So first one, section number 4. In section number 4, obligation of PA. So in every PA, they shall maintain all its records duly catalogued and indexed in a manner and the form which facilitates the right to information under this act, and which ensure that all the records that are appropriate to be computerized, that are within a reasonable time and subject to availability of resources, computerized as well as connected through a network all over the country on different systems, so that they access to such records that is facilitated. So what about obligation of PA? In obligation of PA, every PA, they shall maintain all its records and it should be duly catalogued and that is indexed in a manner. So the form which facilitate the right to information under this act and which ensure that all the records that are appropriate, it should be computerized and that are within a reasonable time, as well as it is subjected to availability of resources, as well as that is computerized and that is connected through any network all over the country on different systems. So that access to such records it is facilitated. Next one, section number 4, in published within 120 days. So section number 4 that is published within 120 days. First one, particulars of organization, function and duties. Second point that is the powers and duties of its officer as well as employees. So first step, particular of organization, function and duties that is mentioned. Well, second one, the powers and duty of its officer and employees that is required. In third one, the procedure that is followed in the decision making process, including the channels of supervision and accountability. Next one, the norms that is set by it for a discharge of its functions, while the rules, regulations, instruction, manuals and records all are held by it or under its control or used by its employee for discharging its function. So that is published within 120 days time period. In first case, particular of organization, any functions and duties that is mentioned, while second case or second point, powers and duties of its officer and employee published within 120 days. Next one, the procedure that is followed in the decision making process, including like a channel of supervision and accountability, all are published within 120 days time period. The norms that is set by it for discharge of its function, and the rules, regulations, any instruction, manuals as well as records all are held by it or under its control and that is used by its employees for discharging its functions. Next one, a statement of categories of any documents that are held by it or under its control. It should be published within 120 days time period. while the particulars of any arrangements that exist for a consultation with or representation by the member of public in relation to the formulation of its policy or implementation thereof. So, the particular of any arrangement which is existed for a consultation with or representation by the members of public in relation to formulation of its policy or implementation. So, all are published within 120 days time period. Remaining statements like a statement of the board, councils, any committees, as well as other bodies that is consisting of two or more persons and that is constituted as its part or for the purpose of its advice and as to whether meetings of those boards, councils, committees, as well as other bodies, if that are open to the public or the minute minutes of such meetings that are accessible for the public. So that are published within a 120 days time period. Next one, a directory of its officer and employees as well as the monthly remuneration that is received by each of its officer and employees including the system of compensation is provided in its regulation that is mentioned by or that is published within 120 days time period. The budget that is allocated to each of its agency, which indicating the particular of all the plans, proposed expenditures in reports on the disbursement made, as well as next one that is the manner of execution of subsidy programs, including amounts that are allocated and the details of beneficiary of such programs. So that is mentioned or that is published within 120 days time period and the particulars of recipient of concessions, any permits or authorization that is granted by it. Remaining one like details in respect of the informations that is available to or it is held by it and it is reduced in electric form. So that is published within 120 days time period. The particular of facilities that is available to citizen for obtaining information, including the working hours of a library room and if maintained for a public use. While the names, designation, in other particulars of the public information officer as well as such other information as may be prescribed and thereafter update this publication every year and all are published within a 120 days time period. In section number 8, that is about exempted organization. So in exempted organization, IB row of the cabinet secretariat, while DRI, that is the Central Economic Intelligence Bureau, while Directorate of Enforcement, all are exempted organization. That is part of section number 8. Next one that is Narcotic Control Bureau. Next one that is Aviation Research Center, Special Frontier Force, BSF, CRPF, as well as ITBP, CISF, and NSG, while Assam refiles the Special Service Bureau and Special Branch that is a CID that is Andaman and that is available in Andaman and Nicobar. Remaining one like a crime branch that is a CID that is available in a CID crime branch CB that is available in Dadra and Nagar Haveli, while special branches that is in Lakshadweep Police. Next one, information they can't be shared. So which type of information they can't be shared? Any sovereignty and integrity of India, as well as it is prevented by court, breach of prevalence of any parliament, as well as trade secret, any intellectual properties, all are can't shared to anyone, as well as a fiduciary relationship, as well as info that is received from a foreign government, life and physical safety of any person, issues under the investigations, cabinet papers and invention in a policy. So all the information that it can't be shared to any person. If any query or doubts related to topic, please write your question in comment box. Thank you.